You know what's terrifying? You've probably been toxic before, and you didn't even know it. Most people think toxic behavior is obvious, like screaming, lying, manipulating on purpose. But here's the truth. The most dangerous toxic patterns happen in your mind first, quietly, automatically, and by the time you notice, the damage is already done. So let me show you what actually happens inside a toxic person's brain. Because once you see it, you can never unsee it. First thing, toxic people don't wake up and choose to be toxic. That's a mistake everyone makes. They think it's a personality flaw. It's not. It's a survival pattern. Here's what I mean. When someone grows up in chaos, pain, or emotional neglect, their brain learns one rule. People hurt you, so control them first. That's it. That's the origin. Their mind builds invisible walls, and those walls become weapons. Not because they're evil, because they are scared. Now here's where it gets interesting. Toxic behavior always starts with one core belief. I am not safe unless I have power. Think about it. Every manipulation, every guilt trip, every silent treatment, it all comes from the same place. A desperate need to feel in control. Because deep down, they feel powerless. And here's the part nobody talks about. They don't see themselves as toxic. They see themselves as survivors. To them, you're the threat, and everything they do is just self-defense. Let me break down the actual pattern. Step 1. They test you. Small comments. Tiny boundary pushes. They are checking. Will this person let me control them? If you react, they learn. If you don't, they escalate. Step 2. They create confusion. You start questioning yourself. Did I overreact? Am I too sensitive? That confusion is intentional, because confused people are easier to control. Step 3. They normalize the pattern. Now the chaos feels normal, and leaving feels harder than staying. See how clean that system is? It's not random. It's engineered by fear. But here's the trap most people fall into. They think toxic people are confident, strong, dominant. Wrong. Toxic people are terrified. Constantly. Their brain is stuck in threat mode. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. It means their nervous system never relaxes. Every conversation feels like a battle. Every silence feels like rejection. So they attack first. Not because they're cool, because their brain is screaming, "You're not safe." And when your brain believes you're in danger, it doesn't care about being kind. It only cares about survival. Now listen carefully to this part. Toxic people don't hate you. They hate what you represent. Let me explain. If you're calm, confident, emotionally stable, that threatens them, because it reminds them of what they don't have. So they try to pull you down. Not consciously, but their mind says, if they are struggling too, I'm not alone. It's twisted, but it makes sense once you understand it. They are not trying to destroy you. They are trying to make their pain feel normal. Tell me in the comments, does this sound familiar? Here's what makes toxic behavior so dangerous. It's invisible to the person doing it. They genuinely believe they're the victim. Every time you confront them, they flip it. Suddenly you're the bad guy. You set a boundary, they call you selfish. You leave, they say you abandoned them. This is called victim mentality. And it's the ultimate defense. Because if they're always the victim, they never have to change. They never have to look inside. They just keep blaming the world. And the cycle continues. But here's the thing. You can't fix a toxic person. Let me say that again. You cannot fix a toxic person. Because fixing requires awareness. And toxic people are running on autopilot. Their patterns are so deep, they don't even see them. You know what happens when you try to help? They see it as an attack. Because in their mind, admitting they're wrong means admitting they are weak. And weakness equals danger. So they fight harder. They gaslight more. They double down. Not because they hate you, because they are protecting themselves from a truth they are not ready to see. Now this changes everything. If you've ever been around someone toxic, your brain changed too. This is neuroscience. When you're constantly walking on eggshells, your brain enters survival mode. You become hyper-alert, over-responsible. You start managing their emotions instead of your own. Psychologists call this codependency. And here's the scary part. Once you learn that pattern, you repeat it with friends, with partners, with yourself. You become addicted to fixing broken people because it feels familiar, and your brain mistakes familiar for safe, right? So what do you actually do? Here's the framework. Step 1. Stop explaining yourself. Toxic people don't listen to logic. They listen to emotion. And your explanations just give them more ammunition. Step 2. Set boundaries without guilt. You don't owe anyone access to your peace. Not your family. Not your friends. No one. Step 3. Watch their patterns, not their words. Toxic people say beautiful things, but their actions always tell the truth. And step 4. Protect your nervous system. Because once your body learns fear, it's hard to unlearn. Distance isn't cruel. It's survival. Comment, I see it now if it's just clicked for you. Here's what most people get wrong. They think cutting off toxic people is a solution. Sometimes it is, but not always. Because the real problem isn't just them. It's the part of you that allowed it. The part that ignored red flags. The part that stayed too long. That's the part you need to heal. Otherwise, you just find another toxic person. Different face. Same patterns. Because your subconscious is still running the old program. I'm only worthy if I'm needed. That belief is a virus. And until you delete it, nothing changes. Let me tell you something nobody says out loud. Some of you watching this right now are the toxic person. Not in every situation, but in some. And that's okay, because awareness is a first step. If you've ever guilt-tripped someone to stay, if you've ever made someone feel small to feel big, if you've ever punished someone with silence because you couldn't use your words, you've been toxic. And here's the good news. You're not broken. You're just running old software. Software you learned when you didn't know better. But now you do. So now you can change it. See? Here's the final truth. Toxic people aren't villains. They are wounded people who never learned how to heal. They are scared children in adult bodies, still fighting battles that ended years ago. Does that excuse their behavior? No. Does it mean you have to stay? Absolutely not. But it does mean this. You can protect yourself without hating them. You can leave without needing them to understand. You can heal without waiting for an apology, because your peace isn't negotiable. And your life isn't a rehabilitation center for broken people who refuse to change. That's it. Simple. Now, here's what happens next. You will want to rewatch this, because the first time, you will only catch half of what was just explained. The patterns I just showed you are everywhere. In your relationships, in your past, maybe even in yourself right now. And once you start seeing them, everything shifts. You stop taking things personally. You stop trying to fix people. You start choosing peace over proving you're right. And that's when your entire life changes. Not because people change, but because you stop giving broken people power over your energy. Think about it. Most people will watch this once and forget. But you're different. You're here because something inside you knows you deserve better. So here's what I need you to do. Don't just watch. Apply this. The next time someone makes you feel guilty for having boundaries, remember this video. The next time someone twists your words, remember this video. The next time you feel crazy for noticing a pattern, remember this video. Because clarity is your weapon. And once you see the game, you stop playing. Drop your answer below. Not for me, for yourself. Have you been around someone like this? Or have you been this person? If you're still here, that tells me something. You're not just consuming content. You're upgrading how you see the world. And that's exactly why this channel exists. Not to motivate you with temporary energy, but to rewire how you think. Permanently. Every video here is designed to show you the invisible patterns running your life, so you can take back control. If that's what you want, then staying connected isn't optional. It's necessary, because understanding human behavior at this level changes everything. And I'll see you in the next one.